What's up? I'm Austin Griffith, hanging out with Shiv. We're going to do some live building. We're going to try to do a deployment on base, right? Oh, whoops. I got a little. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and just get started. Here we go. Okay, so we are going to grab MPX Scaffold-ETH. We're going to go to this nice new website, Scaffold-ETH.io, and I'm grabbing this, right? MPX create-eth. Also, this is very beta, so we're still working on it. MPX create-eth latest. I'm getting some feedback from yours. I don't know if it's like audio or what, Shiv, but I'm hearing in my yeah speakers your audio, like I'm hearing my own audio coming from you, so I'm gonna mute you for a second. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna use create-eth to create a new Scaffold-ETH instance, and our goal here is to deploy on base. So we're gonna do base deploy, and here we go. Let's see, I could make this a little bigger. And sure, we'll try Foundry, or should we hard hat? Is it too experimental for Foundry? Do you think the base gist will work on Foundry, or should we go with hard hat?
Maybe hard hat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think yeah, it will
It
work.
was
It will work. But
probably should work,
we
but we'll
can.
go with a safer one, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
And then you sent me this gist here, and I'll put that into the notes of this YouTube. But basically, you created. So I think the TLDR is we don't have base in Scaffold-ETH-2 yet because we're using WAGMI's lists. But this is how you create
yeah.
a WAGMI chain custom. Is that the right way to explain that?
Yep,
Awesome.
yep.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to CD into base deploy and fire up our chain like it tells us. And then we'll have another one that will do a yarn deploy, kind of the usual scaffoldy stuff, right? Let's see, we can make this guy smaller now because he's just our. And we have a yarn start, which brings us up our front end. And then this will be our main terminal here. Okay, so we should be up and running here with a Scaffold-ETH, and I'll grab the code. And I was just going to make like a simple like registry contract or something simple, just some simple contract to put out on base just for fun. Because we are putting it onto a main network and paying money, but like, I don't know, it doesn't need to be that fancy, right? So if I just grab some contract, I'm probably going to carve like everything out except some kind of like a mapping, maybe like a delegate or something like this, from an address to another address, and I'll call it delegate or something like that. And then I'll have some like function that lets you set your delegate. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, good enough. So there's our contract. I'm going to get rid of anything that would cause it to be larger, like this console log or anything like that. And let's make sure it
Yeah.
deploys locally and like works real quick, and then we'll put it out on base. Oh, what did I do? Oh,
Uh,
that's a hard
uh,
message to get, but basically it's constructor arguments, right? Yeah, when you do
yeah,
this
yeah.
deploy, you're sending in some arguments here. Oof, that's a Web3 error right there. Okay, cool. So it looks like our contract deploys locally. And if I grab some funds from the faucet and I go to the debug contract, I could set my delegate to Vitalik.eth. Oh no, that's Vitalik's delegate,
Indeed.
right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
did that wrong here.
yeah,
We want to set the delegate to Vitalik.eth here, and we pay money, and then we go up here and we ask who my delegate is, and it should be Vitalik. Okay, so I don't know, good enough. It works. We're ready to go to production. If you're a Scaffold-ETH builder, you'll probably spend some time carving out a front end and kind of building some cool stuff here. You would use an address input component and a button and a use scaffold contract write, and you would write to your set delegate. But let's pretend we have our front end ready to go and we want to deploy to a new network, but this network is base and we don't have base in here. So let's see, let's pretend like we're just like yarn deploy dash dash network base, right? It's probably going to tell us that doesn't work or something. What's it going to tell us? Yep,
yeah.
network base doesn't exist. Okay, so then you've sent me this nice gist here. And I'm guessing I'm just gonna
Yeah.
like copy paste this thing in.
First, you need to add it in the hard hat config.
Okay,
The
so to do the deployment, we need to
yeah
add it here. Yep,
yeah
right
hard hat,
in
yeah
here. Yep. So we'll have to go get the
yeah
RPC real quick, right? Yeah.
yeah
Okay.
yeah. I have pasted there in the gist.
Okay. So we'll
Uh,
say it's
yeah
base, and you'll need to
yeah
know
yeah.
the
There is in the bit in the, yeah. You can grab it here or at the end. Like there is a comment small somewhere you can get it at
which
the
one am I
very end.
grabbing? So,
At last, yeah. There is this
oh,
comment,
here we go.
hard hat
Here we
config.
go.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. Oh, I see.
yeah,
Very nice. Cool. Let's just grab both
yeah.
of those, maybe. But I'm not going to Garley. I'm going to base. We're gonna ship it
uh,
straight to base. Okay, so that's gonna be mainnetbase.org is the RPC. Oh man. Oh no. Maybe that error. Wait, let's see. HTTPS. Maybe it's a port or something. I'm just gonna assume this is working because it'll be 8545, not whatever web port I just. Okay. So then we're gonna need some funds, and so we're gonna yarn generate, right? We need to do our usual generate where we generate a deployer account. Now I'm going to have to fund this with some base, which I think I have on one of these accounts here somewhere. Let's see. Here, let's see. Oh, base. Oh, I have base mainnet. Okay, let's pretend like I don't have base mainnet added. What I'd like to happen is I'd like to connect my wallet here, and I'd like to have it like give me a nice button to add base. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd like for the developer to never have to actually go in here and add a network to MetaMask like a peasant because there's an RPC call
Mhm.
to add it or whatever, right? So I think what I need to do
Yeah,
is I need to import this stuff in a way where Scaffold-ETH knows about it. So this is probably okay. So this is our scaffold config. This is where you can grab it out of the Next.js folder, but you really shouldn't go looking for it. It's right here. I found it. But Carlos in the background is always screaming at me, Command P. I can type in Command P and type
yeah,
scaffold, and I can find it right away. Okay, so what do we have to
yeah.
do? Just paste this whole thing. Let's see. Do we need to bring in? Oh, this is
Yeah, we
this
have
is
it already.
just
So
like go
basically,
for it, huh?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, let's grab the raw version and just paste it in then. Right, like that, right? Okay, here we go.
yeah,
Okay, and I'm going to do one other thing that also Carlos always yells at me about. Since we're on base and it's fast, I want a fast pulling interval, right? Okay, let's
yeah,
see. Let's see. So now if I reload here, switch to base. Awesome. Look at that. Oh,
right.
look at that. And it gives me the base mainnet as a thing, and it would let me add it. Very nice. Okay. So what did we
Yeah.
just do? What did we just paste in here? So we pasted in, I mean, it's just
Uh,
kind of the configs. It's telling you where to go to the RPCs, where to get the block explorers, where common contracts like multi-call are. Cool. And then
yeah.
usual
So
scaffold.
basically, yeah, WAGMI has this chain config. So every chain they add has this structure, right? ID network. So they have generalized this thing. And if anyone wants to add a new network, like they follow this structure and they can use.
Awesome.
Like yeah,
So it could be any network anywhere as long as you have, one
yeah.
RPC. You probably don't even need a block explorer or contracts.
No, yep,
If it was some weird
yep,
test net, it would be this right here and really only like one of
correct.
those right there, right? Cool.
Yeah,
Okay, awesome.
yeah.
And you create this base thing and then that goes ooh. You as
That just
const
typing.
satisfies change. Woo wee. I'm glad you wrote that
Yeah.
code because I don't know what that means.
No. I mean, you can find this on WAGMI GitHub repo. So maybe you can just show like how to navigate if you want. Like, uh,
If we go to the
yeah,
WAGMI docs,
if
you're
you go
saying
to Google, yeah. Like if you type WAGMI
WAGMI.sh,
chains,
right? Yep.
yeah, or just search for chains, maybe, yeah. And if you go below, uh, I think there they will be having some GitHub repo. Yeah, so see, you
Yep. Here
see,
it is. Yep.
yeah, you
Yep.
just need
Yep.
to follow that. Yep, yep.
Okay. Okay, so you didn't have to write
Yeah.
the code either. Like they kind of had that weird thing
Yeah.
there, and it is satisfies something with like type setting or something.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
basically, we
cool.
are saying that whenever we are making this configuration, make sure that it satisfies that type, the
The
value type,
types of
the
whatever this
chain. Yeah,
core
the
chain.
structure.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I'm glad we dug into that. It makes more sense now. Okay, awesome. So let's see. We should have our chain, our local explorer up pointed to base and our wallet's there, but it's not going to find any contracts now, right? Because we need to get deployed
Yeah.
to base. So we're going to take that address we generated and we'll fill it up with some funds. I have no idea how much money it's going to cost to deploy a contract on base. Let's try $20, right? Let's start there. Let's see what happens here. Look at that transaction fee. I like that very much. And it should be almost instant transaction time too, right? Ooh, what happens? Oh yeah, that was nice and
Yeah.
fast. What did I just get a notification that I just made a transaction on base? Yep. Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Let's see. I want to do that. Okay, cool. Awesome. So now we need to deploy our contract, right? This guy should have some money on base. So yarn deploy dash dash network base. Is base going to work
Yeah.
now since we added it here? Oh, this is the
Yeah, we
hard hat
added in
function.
hard hat config.
This is
Yeah.
where, yep, this
Yeah.
is where the deploy. Hey, I think we just put a contract out on base. That is awesome. There it is. Yep. And it reads, okay, so now if we click here, this should take us to the base block explorer. It does. It takes
Yes,
us to
can.
base scan. Okay, now verifying the contract will be a little bit harder because you'll have to put in a base scan token for Ether scan,
API
and this
key.
might be a little
Yeah.
tougher. We may end up just kind of verifying and publishing this on our own if we wanted to, right? Let's see. Let's see if I can do this quickly just for fun. Oh, I have no idea what compiler version we're using. I would have to find out which exact version we're using in the package JSON
Yeah,
for
that
hard
would be.
hat, right?
Mhm.
Let's just check it out real quick, just in case.
I think maybe it will be in deployments like particularly mentioned. So we
Oh, it would tell
basically,
me.
whenever
I
you
see.
deploy, yeah, yeah, yeah. If you go to, yeah, maybe there. Uh, no, this will be,
Looking for the pragma here, right? Oh no, that's still going to be the 8. Maybe this isn't worth it. You would have to verify, yeah, you would have to verify the exact Solidity version. You just figure out the Solidity version, then you go in here and put that here, and then you go uh and you would paste in your code. I think you could flatten it too, right? Do we still have yarn flatten? Does that still work? I don't
no,
know if that still
maybe.
works.
Ah,
Couldn't find. Nope.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you would basically just take this contract because there's no stuff here. Yeah. It might be harder. It might be harder on some of these external chains. Maybe the best way to do it is
Mhm.
to actually put in uh
API key, yeah.
your API
Feature
key for
scan
base
API key.
scan, and then it
Yeah,
would, yep, yep. Okay. All right. So
yeah,
this is how you deploy to base, right? We basically just put a production level contract out to base, and we could do something like yarn Vercel now, and we could put our app into production dash dash prod. I think there's like a YOLO, yarn Vercel YOLO,
yeah. Vercel colon
something
yellow.
like that.
Yeah.
This is my favorite command. Yes. And this would basically push this front end out. So then if you had someone that wanted to use your app, you could just give them the URL and they could come set their delegate. Let's do it. Let's set Austin Griffiths delegate to pump.austingriffith.eth. Let's make a real transaction on base. You could basically share the URL with your user. What that comes out of this, instead of localhost, they connect their wallet. It nudges them to shift to base automatically, this new network. And then if you go test, what is the delegate? It worked. Awesome. We did it. We deployed to base. Awesome. Thank you, Shiv. This is really fun. That was a good, quick run through. I'll share
Yeah.
this. Basically, this you need to make those two changes, right? You need to make the hard hat change in your settings here, and that's kind of commented out at the bottom of the gist. And then you need to take the gist and kind of just paste it into your scaffold repo, creating this base chain kind of instantiation that meets the right types that has all the stuff in it. But I think that's it. I think we did it. I think we deployed the base. I thought we'd actually have more problems than that. I'm glad it went smoothly. So you out there, Web3 builder, you can deploy to any chain you want with Scaffold-ETH and MPX Create. Thank you, Shiv. Anything else? Any last notes on this? This is a good speed run.
No, yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you, Shiv. Thanks y'all for watching.
Yeah.
See ya.